Hi everybody, this is Sheila Bicknell with BlueWater Oracle, and welcome to today's reading. As you may have guessed, sometimes readings don't come with a specific schedule. So we're actually moving out of a new moon here, and usually I have been doing readings around the moon cycles, but yesterday there were some other things on, and the energy didn't feel as though I was really drawn to do a reading, and it basically said, "You're going to do it tomorrow." So here I am. I apologize in advance if this video recording looks a little bit grainy. Where I am today, it's actually a very rainy day. It reminds me of kind of a rainforest day. Deep rain, the air is very heavy, so it's a good Sunday bundle up kind of day. And with that, the light's a little lower, and so maybe the video camera is not capturing it quite as efficiently. So I have my mat and my cards laid out. I'm actually, because it felt so much like a bundle up day, I'm actually in my living room on my sofa. So I've got the cozy blanket, so I'm all cozy. And I have 4 of my decks of cards laid out. So everybody wanted to be laid out. I don't know if they'll all come out in the reading, but they all wanted to be around and be present. Just over up here where I'm pointing, you can see I have a piece of furniture where I have actually my altar. So my cards will sometimes go on there. I have crystals. I have other things that are really important to me. So that's a space that is of value. I have things that represent the different elements, and they change up and they get adjusted as the energy feels. And you'll see there's a painting there, which was actually painted by my beautiful, talented sister. So I'm really honored to have that on my altar. How about we do a reading? All right. Now, if any of you follow me on Facebook, you might have noticed during the week that I posted just a little short worded post about clutter clearing. So if you are on Facebook and you haven't put notifications on my BlueWater Oracle page, then that could be a way to make sure you don't miss any posts that I do. So clutter clearing is part of the energy that it seems to be really important for me. So I'm going to mention it again. I don't know if it'll come up in the cards, but it's definitely been on my mind. It's been on podcasts I've been listening to. The energy shifting, so even me doing a reading in this space with the cards, they wanted to be in different places. So it feels as though everything's shifting. That may just be for me, but it might also, of course, be happening in your lives. So pay attention to that. If there's a sense that some clutter needs to be cleaned up, cleared up, to leave in more space, to invite in more positive energies, then take some time and do a little bit, little by little. Okay. So take a deep breath, and why don't we invite the cards to see what they want to chat about today. It is Sunday, June 5th, 2016, and just after a new moon yesterday. Take a breath. Our background music for today is again by Adrian von Ziegler. You can find all his stuff on YouTube. And this is under his relaxing category. It's a Viking type music. So it has a name that I can't pronounce. So I will just say if you search his name and relaxing Viking, you'll get the piece that I'm listening to right now. All right. On the desk, on the table where I am, I have 1 deck of cards, and then beside me on my seating arrangement, I have 3 others. So the Earth Magic by Stephen Farmer is the deck right here. That is right beside me, and it definitely wants to come out and play. So we're going to shuffle this one first. And I don't feel as though we're going to do a lot of cards, maybe just 2 or 3. So we're going to go gradually and see what comes up, okay? So if you would take a deep breath, and remember that you may get your own insights. You most likely will as I'm pulling cards. And those are insights you want to listen to. This is a general reading, so it's to bring you into the space, give you guidance from my perspective, my energy for you through the cards. But also your own energy is of course going to speak to you, your own guidance, your own insight and clarity. And you want to make note of that and pay attention to that. It's so important for you. Breathing, and I shuffle. This is the way I shuffle. Everybody does differently. And there's our card. And when I pull a card, I usually double check, is that the card that really wants to come forward? And if I either see kind of a check mark or I hear a yes, coming through, then I will trust that. If for any reason we flip over the card and it doesn't make sense, then so be it. That's okay. It happens. We're human. All right, there's that one. Does it want another one from here? It does not. But I do want another card for sure. So I'm looking at my other decks, and in my mind, I'm hearing Gateway. So this is one of the other decks I have by Denise Lynn, the Gateway Oracle cards. Okay, and these decks of cards you can find on Hay House. They're all Hay House published. So you can find them at your local store, online, or on Hay House. Okay, so we're looking for our second card here, and I think I'm just going to pull 2 cards. That's what it feels like. So the energy shifts a little bit, going into the gateway. All right, shuffling. Sometimes it just takes a moment or 2 or 3 to connect with the cards and to allow the card that wants to come forward to really make itself known. I just trust it, I allow it, and for you, you just keep breathing, spending a little bit of quality time with yourself and your own guidance. So, in front of me I have the 2 cards, and I will endeavor to take a picture of them and post that as well. I don't think I can do that on YouTube, so I'll post it on my Facebook page, BlueWater Oracle. So if you're on there, you'll be able to see it. And I know that when I do these readings online using my webcam, the pictures end up being backwards. So I apologize, learning about all the technologies. So that's why I will usually talk you through it as well. So if you don't want to watch and you just want to listen, that's perfect. Okay, so the Earth Magic card for today. The lotus flower, the unfoldment. Okay, so it has a beautiful lotus flower sitting in a bed of water with the leaves or lily pads. There's cloud in the sky and the sun in behind the clouds. So lotus flower unfoldment. In this picture, you may or may not be able to see it. Here in the clouds, there's actually a cupped hand. So let me see if I can get my hand. I'll do it with the other one. So it's actually a cupped hand like that. Okay, so it's like it's cupping the sun. And the big word that's coming out for me with this is support. So as we look at unfolding, as we look at things shifting and changing and adapting, right? Every flower goes through massive adjustments in its life. Some flowers have a long life. Some flowers are there for a very short period of time. From the point that the seed breaks through the soil, that the plant itself grows, the bud then blooms into the flower with its petals, and then it goes back down into nature, back down into the ground. That's a big process. So humans go through a very similar process, except usually ours takes quite a long time. And that growth and that blooming can happen at completely individual rates. So be aware that there is no rush on this. It feels as though the energy wants to say, know that you're supported and know that you are in your own unfolding time. And that like a flower is going to unfold when it's going to unfold, you can sit there and look at it. You can be away and not notice it unfolding. But either way, it's going to happen whenever it happens. And that's something for you to note for yourself. It's going to happen when it happens. But at the same time, there is a request for you to be aware of the support that you have. And I feel in this that there's a strong request to notice, how are you supporting yourself? Are you thinking thoughts that are enhancing your life, enhancing your journey? Are you bringing in feelings that are helpful to you and supportive to your physical body as well as your mind, your spirit, and your soul? Are you also allowing support from others? And this can be from humans, of course. It can be through spirit and also spirit team. So many people believe that we have angelic helpers, we have spirit helpers, spirit guides, and they are available to you where you believe in them. So where it feels comfortable and helpful to you, that's where you want to use that support. But definitely supporting yourself. So I think that there's also a reminder here where that whole clutter clearing thing was coming up, was that is a way to support your own energy. So as you look around your space, whether it's home, whether it's office, whether it's your land, whatever it is, you want to look around and see, is this supporting my unfoldment? Is this supporting my journey and my blooming? Or are there areas that could be adjusted, cleaned up, cleaned out, changed, so that it becomes a support on an energetic level as well as a visual of what you see on a regular basis? Okay. So let's go on to the next card. So we had Lotus Flower Unfoldment for the first card. Our second card here is Stepping into Stillness. Stepping into stillness. So it has a female figure sitting on a crescent moon, stars in the background, clouds, and like the image of a village on the bottom. There is an affirmation on this card, and this card is, "My power is born in the majesty of silence." So, quite often when I look at this card, meditation comes up as a very obvious indicator. Here, I think it's from the point of view of, like the first card, looking at where are your thoughts and feelings and how are they helping you? Are you being empowered through them? Or are they a rushing rat race of information? One of those sort of turnstiles, merry-go-rounds that are never stopping. And that perhaps there's an invitation here to bring in moments of quiet. But in the affirmation, it's a reminder that this is a place to get into your own personal power. And in this case, I was chatting this week recently with somebody, and we were talking about the idea that power can sometimes be bring very negative connotations. But from this point of view, it's the highest good of power. It's the most advantageous for you. So are your thoughts, are the feelings that you're bringing in that concept of support we talked about with the first card, are they bringing you towards your power? Or are they moving you away and holding back your personal power? And I believe the clutter clearing is the same thing. So this message is as much for you as it is for me, in the idea of looking around and choosing what to keep, what to clean up, how to perhaps redesign spaces so that they feel as though they stay in your power. And if you're not sure, just take a still moment, take a few deep breaths, and let that inner guidance, that inner power have a moment for you. So that in the stillness, you can see, what is my next step? How am I thinking? How am I feeling about this object, this location, this thought that I'm having? And then what adjustment do I need to make? So, Lotus Flower Unfoldment, being helped by stepping into stillness and allowing our personal power to come forward to help us. So 2 strong, lovely cards on this Sunday. I wish you well. This is Sheila, BlueWater Oracle, BlueWaterOracle.com, and also on Facebook at BlueWater Oracle. I look forward to hearing from you, touching base, please get in touch. It'd be my pleasure to touch base with you on the internet. But also, of course, for readings. It'd be my pleasure to give you a personalized reading and help you get clarity. All the best for your day. Blessings.